Welcome back, Cougars, and of course, all you wonderful people tuning into the broadcast. The time has come for day 2 of the EVHS Battle Classes 2021 League of Legends Tournament. I'm your play-by-play caster, Jason, and these are my two color casters.
My name is Vincent.
And my name's Alvin.
And we are returning once more to present to you all juniors versus sophomores. Alvin, if you could please introduce the junior team.
So for the junior team, they're going to be on the blue side. We have Sean playing Ornn. We have Dewey playing Lilia. We have Derek playing Xerath. Nathan playing Calista. And Chanton playing Trundle.
Wait, don't say the champions.
Oh, shit.
This is the same. Vincent, the sophomore space?
Yep, on the sophomore side, we have Darren in the top lane, Dylan in the jungle, Sean in the mid lane, Qua on the ADC, and Brandon as support.
All right, yeah, and with that, let's get into champ selects. Log in. All right, so let us go into the ban. Sorry for the delay. We were handling some things in the back. All right, so we see the Aurelia ban. Aurelia is probably one of, if not the strongest duelist in the top lane, and can pretty much single-handedly take over a game. And on the sophomore side, we see the Fiddlesticks ban, which is probably a really good ganking jungler, has such a high CC, has a strong AoE ultimate. And of course, on the junior side, we see the Alawi ban, which the Alawi is really strong at basically stifling ganks because of her ulti and her counter engage, but she's a great defensive champion, but not the best offensive champion. Vincent, if you could please continue with the bans, please.
You can see the sophomores banning out the Hecarim there. One of, if not the best jungler currently in the game right now. He has super high mobility, tankiness, engage, damage. He has it all. He's everything you want in a jungler. And speaking of junglers, we also see that the juniors here are going to ban out the Udyr. Once again, another super strong jungler in the current meta. He has a lot of mobility, or high speed, a lot of good early game ganks, and pretty much a guaranteed stun because it comes from his auto attack. And we see that the sophomores are going to be banning out that Tom Tench, who can counter aggressive compositions that the juniors might want to look for. And he's also just super tanky in general. And Alvin, would you like to continue with these picks?
So we start with the first pick, Calista. And Calista is just a super strong laning phase and has a bunch of utility with her ultimate, and it synergizes very well with aggressive supports, and is a super strong mid to late game carry with a bunch of objective control. Following that, we have Yasuo and Nautilus. Yasuo is just super duper good at dueling, and his wind wall provides a lot of defense to block ultimates. And can block a lot of damage overall from range carries. It could be mid lane, it could be bot lane, we do not know yet. But it would synergize very well with the Nautilus, which has super strong early game damage, a bunch of CC, and can set up a lot of ganks with his hook. And following that, of course, we have the Lilia and the Trundle. Lilia is a super strong early game jungler with really fast clear speeds. And Lilting Lullaby, her ultimate, has a ton of crowd control potential, but very confusing picture. We have the Trundle as well. This most likely will be going into top lane, but she can steal the ultimates. His ultimate can steal resistances, and that's super good against tanks. So especially against that Nautilus, it'll be super good at stealing the resistances and stealing their AD. Although he is a little bit immobile, but it might not be too much of a problem right now. Jason, you want to continue on picks?
Yeah, so the Elise, one of the most classic examples of an early game jungler, high damage early game, able to dive so easily with that grapple ability. And we see the bans. I'll just go over them real quickly. On the sophomore side, we see the Darius and Galio. Both are very strong, I guess, engaged champions. They want to go forward, get the backline. And then on the blue side, we see the Akali and Yone bans. Akali is one of Sean's best champions, and Yone is just a great dive champion in general. And another interesting pick here, we see the Malphite, which is actually a very genius pick here, considering they already have the Yasuo. So having that extra knockup is really going to help add on to that versatility of the team comp. But there's another interesting pick here. We see the Ornn. There's 2 top laners on the blue side. Vincent, you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I did not expect the Ornn pick here. As Alan was saying earlier, we thought Trundle would go into that top lane, but it could potentially be the Ornn too. But I think he might actually be support here for the juniors, or more consistent as support definitely than Trundle will be. And we also see the Xerath pick from from the juniors. He has super high poke, but of course he's going to be vulnerable to that kind of comp that the sophomores have been drafting here, which is like a dive comp. They want to engage, they want to get in. So Xerath going to be looking to stay far out of range and poke from a long distance. And of course, we see the Silas pick onto the sophomores. In my opinion, one of Sean's best champions. Like that means Yasuo's going to be going to the bot lane here. Silas with duels, he has a good sustain in fights. And he has a lot of good ultimates to see in this game. We got that Ornn ultimate, that Lilia ultimate. We're going to be seeing Sean possibly make some outplays here. Alan, would you like to talk about this top lane matchup right now?
Yeah, so for the top lane matchup over here, we have Ornn against Malphite. And I play a lot of Malphite, but I have never played against an Ornn, I can tell you that much. Ornn is not very popular in solo queue, but Ornn has a sort of ability where he can dodge crowd control, and especially once you reach level 6, Ornn is definitely going to be outmatching the Malphite way too much, even without items. So I think definitely in the early game, it'll probably be a stalemate, but as the game moves on, it'll probably shift towards the Ornn, and we'll just have to see if Malphite goes for those roams and maybe goes for the level 6 ganks onto the mid lane and maybe invade into the jungle, but he's definitely not going to be going against that Ornn, and most likely won't be winning the lane. Jason, you want to continue with the jungle matchup?
Yeah, so this jungle matchup is super interesting. 2 early game AP junglers, both pretty much doing almost the same thing, actually. They both have very strong early game clears. They have very good early game ganks. And I actually do think that the match actually will revolve around these ganks. All these matchups seem relatively even, almost, I'd say. And pretty much the team that gets the map control first is going to be able to take over the game, because they'll have like all the territory to do whatever they please with the Ornn ulti, with the Xerath poke, or with the Malphite ulti and the Nautilus engage. So yeah, I hope to see some very good early game pathing from both these junglers. Vincent, can you please continue with the rest of the matchups?
Yep. In the mid lane here, we have the Xerath versus the Silas. Xerath is quite the unpopular champion, but basically he has a lot of poke, a lot of long distance abilities, but they're all skill shots. So the Silas here on that Sean picked, he's definitely going to have to look to use his dash to avoid some of these skill shots in the laning phase, and I think Silas is definitely going to be the superior duelist in this matchup here. In the bot lane, we have Kalista Trundle versus this Yasuo Nautilus, which is quite interesting. Kalista has a really strong laning phase in general, and then Trundle can actually. The more I think about it, actually, Trundle could be a really good pick into this bot lane, because not only does his pillar block that Nautilus hook, because Nautilus, when he hooks a wall, he dashes to it instead of hitting an enemy. He can also steal a lot of resistances, and assuming Brandon took Aftershock here, he's going to be looking to use that ultimate on Brandon when he does get that Aftershock procced. But the sophomore bot lane is pretty much just looking to engage. The Yasuo and Nautilus have a really strong level 2, so we're probably going to be seeing them shove for that level 2 and then engage on.
Yeah, and as we're about to get in the game, I do want to give a shout out to Miss Layton, who is moderating over the chat right now. So if those of you in chat, please give her a nice good afternoon or hello. We really appreciate her helping out in our little events here for Battle of the Classes. And we're about to get into the game, so I hope you gentlemen are excited. I know Vincent, for one, is excited himself, considering that he's also a member of the sophomores.
Yep, Sean's been my best friend, since 6th grade. Don't mean to get too personal here, but love the guy. Hope he does well in this game. So very excited.
Yeah, for sure. We're finally going on to Drift.
Yeah, and As we're loading up to the Rift over here, I do see that the Malphite has taken the Grasp of the Undying, and I was super duper worried actually that he was going to take Arcane Comet, which is normally used to harass in the early lane or early game and try to gain the lane advantage. But since he's not going to be winning lane against the Ornn, Arcane Comet will be completely useless. So it's nice that he did take the Grasp of the Undying, and will definitely help him in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, for sure. We are loading in, so that's taking a little bit longer than I expected. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, we do appreciate the little grass. We're going to be seeing some very tanky people in the top lane up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Loading on.
Yeah, and we do also see the Dark Harvest actually on the Xerath from Derek. Very, very interesting. Basically, you just get stacks and deal more damage once you get a lot of stacks from hitting low HP targets. So, along with that barrier, which is give him a lot of sustain in the laning phase, he's going to be something to watch out for and is going to be one of the key members for the juniors here.
Yeah, another thing I actually do want to know for myself is that the Lilia Dewey here, he took Predator. So I was saying earlier that the junglers really need to make some of those early game moves, and Predator is certainly the rune to help you make those early game runes. Makes you super fast, gives you so much extra damage. Definitely going to be quite the early game tool here.
And see both teams right now, at least sophomore side, just running it down mid right now.
Oh, it seems like sophomore looking for a level 1.
Oh yeah, they are certainly looking for that invade right here.
Yeah, they definitely get some level 1 Nautilus here.
Yeah, sophomores have a very good level 1. They have the Silas E and the Nautilus hook. So definitely a lot of CC to layer on along with the extra damage from the rest of the team.
Seems like you just have noticed though, they're now backing up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think
Yeah,
Brandon flashing his master.
Yeah, similar to the game from Monday, we're going to see both junglers starting on the bottom side of the map, where the sophomore is going to be starting with the blue buff, and the junior is going to be starting with the red buff, and they're going to be rotating to this top side. Hopefully, contest maybe the top laners, maybe get the Ornn ahead, maybe get the Malphite ahead.
Ooh, early sweeper, managing to find that ward, but that's still going to reveal where Dewey is starting, so the sophomores have the information.
Definitely, Darren got to watch out possibly, for the early game, and also Sean, because she can also have mid lane as well.
Now, I am very curious if Dewey over here is going to be going for the level 2 gank over here onto the mid lane. It seems like he won't. He's going to be going towards Krugs. But normally, sometimes what you can do as Lilia is go from your red buff to your Raptors, and then go for a quick level 2 kill on the mid lane, and either burn their flashes or get the first blood. It can get you super ahead in the game and allow your mid lane to sort of carry.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a lot of early action right now, as the teams are pretty much just trying to farm up, get their levels a little bit. But I do expect to see a couple of dives, hopefully, coming from both sides to try to get a little bit of an early game advantage. Vincent, you had a point you were going to say?
Yeah, we already saw that bot lane was starting for level 2, but it seems like they can't really get much out of it. I was already talking earlier about how they just want to look for level 2 so they have super strong engagement and Nautilus that you also can just dash and follow up on the Nautilus CC, but it seems like they're not going to get much out of it.
And actually, I want to note something. Sean has started the Seer, which is not your average everyday, starting item for the Silas. Anyone wants to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I could explain.
I don't really know much about Silas, so Calvin can do this, right?
Yeah, so basically, what Tier does is that, if you do damage, you get additional maximum mana, up to 360 maximum mana added to your mana pool. But it doesn't give any damage as opposed to, like a corrupting potion or like a Doran's ring or something. It just sort of allows you to stack mana, and we do actually have a quick skirmish.
Oh, the flash cocoon actually from Dewey, trying to close the gap on Dylan. Dylan's forced to flash away, but Sean is the one in danger now. He's taking so much fire from the rest of the team, but he has to make it first blood. Yes, he does. He flashes forward to get the auto attack. First blood goes over to the sophomores. and Dylan trying to go for more, but uses the Rappel to dodge the turret shot. Oh, Dredge Line lands and forces the flash from Derek. Very nicely played. Sophomores working together to get those kills.
Yeah, get very good early in pressure here, but we have no trade in the bot lane.
Tornado gonna stifle that. I already saw that one coming, so yeah, very good, very good from the sophomores.
Yeah, and oh, there's another.
Dragline actually connects once again. The exhaust, the cocoon as well. Nathan is in a bit of trouble. He's forced to flash away, but he might not. Oh, the pillar is very well played from Chantin, who also flashes away. And both the bot laners escape, but they lose pretty much all of their resources.
Wow, Junior is moving so much pressure to the sophomores right now.
Well,
And here comes Lilia. The gank comes down. Oh, Darren doesn't even have a chance to have a say. But the sophomores are setting up a dive. This is what I was talking about, gentlemen. They want the dive. They want these kills. They're going to get the Callista. And the Koala is going to get a double kill. The Rappel to dodge the turret shots. And that's the dive I'm looking for, gentlemen. Sophomores get an early game lead.
Wow, sophomores are making a statement right now. Dylan is playing this early game very, very well right now. And as Jason was talking about earlier, these are the exact kinds of early ganks, these early dives that the sophomores have drafted. Like they're looking exactly for these kind of situations, and they're capitalizing on them super well right now.
Yeah, and for sure, but I do also like how Dewey is getting these kills on the top lane. He's gonna get pressured out by Darren from the Malphite, but he did get that early kill onto the Malphite, and it's definitely gonna push him back a little bit, and will allow the Ornn to sort of shut the lanes, but very nice pressure from the sophomores. Getting Sean ahead, getting Qua ahead is definitely going to be their key to victory right now.
Yeah, for sure. And to add on to Alvin's point, yeah, Dewey definitely making a smart play there. If he can't get pressure in mid and bot lane, he's going to go top lane and secure something there instead. I think that's a pretty smart use of his time, as he knows that he can't really contest what Dylan has been doing around these lanes.
X-Flash has channeled. Remember, the Xerath has no flash. The Judge Line connects. So the Abzan also connects. And this might be the kill. John has the ultimate. One! Oh my god, the first shot! First kill, baby! We're gonna get that kill down. Sean gets another kill for himself in the mid lane. What a wonderful roam by Brandon.
Yeah, that was super well played. Using the Silas ultimate hijack, where you can steal a person's ultimate on the enemy team. In this case, he stole Xerath's ultimate, which is right at the Arcane into Arcane Barrage, which allows him to shoot a bunch of Arcane missiles.
Just don't stop. Actually, yeah, the cocoon lands. What? Unstoppable is blocked out by the Bellows Breath. Unstoppable, but it does not matter. The Ornn is going to fall.
Yeah, almost very well played. Using the Bellows Breath, which makes him unstoppable to all crowd control, which allowed him to dodge the unstoppable force from the Malphite. But even with the flash, not able to get away since he was at such a low HP already from the cocoon from Elise. So very well played from the sophomores, and yeah, the juniors just slowly getting their gold taken away from them. As you can see, around the 3k gold lead right now for the sophomores.
Yeah, Dylan has just been pressuring every single part of the map. He's helped out mid lane, he's helped out bot lane, and now he's helped out top lane. He's playing this early game incredibly well, and I think that's just going to be the key to sophomore victory. These early game junglers, Dewey's just not able to keep up with the pace that Dylan's been taking.
Try to go for the Infernal Drake, but that's just going to be taken away by the sophomores. Very unfortunate there. Alvin, would you like to explain what the Infernal Drake does?
Yeah, so the Infernal Drake gives the team who slays it additional attack damage and ability power. That was super unlucky. Oh, he might.
Oh, actually, yeah, there's a bit of an engage here. Dylan taking a bit of fire from the Xerath, but he's gonna be living.
But yeah, that was super unlucky. Dewey trying to solo that Drake, I believe. And if he stayed in the Dragon Pit, he would have gotten executed by the Drake, and that would basically just alert everyone where he was and sort of make their plans from the sophomore side. Another invader in the bot lane.
Yeah, there's an invade, but the camera decides that's not very interesting anymore, so it just moves up to the top lane. But we're gonna see a bit of an invade here. Dylan just taking every single resource he can on the map. This man just doesn't stop moving.
Yeah.
Sophomore are in a bit of a sticky situation though. Oh no, never mind. Here, should they looking to be securing these bot
Yeah,
camps
it
really
might
easily.
actually be
Another dive, maybe?
No, they're not gonna go for it. They're not gonna go for it. Does not seem like it will be the play. Sophomore's just playing a little bit back here. I think Dylan just wants to take the Krugs and just get his lead, take his lead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Not... Okay, yeah, there you go. Wait. Oh, he's actually staying.
Oh yeah, they are staying, so yeah, the ultimate comes down, the charge is going to get the last best follow-up, and the exhaust is going to slow down the Kalista, he's going to fall to Qua, and the Brian Arcade actually manages to snipe out that Yasuo. So very nicely, that's actually a very good roam for Derek to make a comeback for the junior.
Yeah, we all thought that, you know, Dylan was just gonna take the Krugs and maybe go for a back, but he decides to stay, and that actually paid out very well for the sophomores, and yeah, just another kill onto Nathan over here, and he's gonna be super duper behind. Can we actually take a look at the gold, if that would be possible?
Yeah, we have like our behind the scenes guy take a look at the gold for each champion, please. Thank you.
Wow, that's a pretty huge gold lead. As you can see, around 1,400 gold lead for Qua over here, and that's basically half an item right there, or at least like 1/3. So that is a huge gold lead, and that just means a bunch more damage, much more attack speed going over to that Yasuo. So, you know, it's very important for the sophomores to keep this lead up since he is super duper ahead. And as you can see, like, even though Sean has 2 kills in the mid lane with the Silos, the gold is roughly the same. Only a 500 gold lead as opposed to, you know, that 1,400 gold lead in the bot lane.
Yeah, for sure it was because of that shutdown that he got in
Yeah, but the Predator, man, that is going to be called a 4-shot along with the Wilson Lullaby. Trying to CC out, but Dylan is here. He has snuck into the top lane. And that means the Orange is going to fall, but so will the Malphite. Both top laners are down. Will Dylan chase for that kill? Doesn't seem like he's going to be able to get it. The flash from Dwee. Oh, never mind. Sean is here, and he has the abduct and takes down Dwee.
Yeah, he's just abducted. He's just gone. I don't see him.
Very good counter gank from Dylan, taking advantage of the fact that the juniors didn't have any vision in that bush. It was a really good lane gank, really smartly played by Dylan there to just secure something else. And then also that teleport from Sean securing that kill on D.
Yeah, and as you can see, there's a bunch of bounties right now. Of course, you have the star player right now, Dylan, with the leads. 2 kills, 0 deaths, and 5 assists. Almost 100% kill participation right now for the sophomores.
And despite all this map presence that Dylan has been displaying, he still has the farm lead over Dewey here, which is because he's been stealing all those camps away from Dewey. So definitely, Dylan has just been playing this early game like a champ. Like, honestly, he's been...
Yeah, immaculately.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really see, like, the 1,000 gold difference between the junglers right
Yeah,
now.
but I think juniors are prepping for a counterattack, but Xerath has already roamed. The subject goes down. Brandon tries to grab that away. But the CP from Xerath going to be able to get that counter. He has the Assault Force, I believe. The ultimate going to come down. There's the Assault Force. There's the last breath as well. And Nathan will fall. And so will the Trundle. Chanton is down. Derek forced to flash away. And it's just disaster for the juniors. They tried to make that play.
Yeah, all four are down here. They could be looking for another.
Derek has no flash. There's so many people. There's 5 members on you. My dude, he is going to fall. And Dylan is on a rampage. He has the Nashers too.
All 5 sophomores are piling onto this bot lane, securing 3 kills. And possibly this Cloud Dragon, and as well as first turret. Sophomores are playing this early game, like, perfectly right now.
Yeah, and they're going to be taking this Cloud Drake as well, which is going to give their team additional ultimate cooldown reduction.
Oh, that is so huge for their team.
It's so huge. Basically, with Unstoppable Force from the Malphite, you have the Hijack from Silas, you have the Last Breath from Yasuo, and the Depth Charge from Nautilus. It's going to be 4 ultimates that are going to be on a shorter cooldown because of that Cloud Drake.
And all those ultimates are crucial for the sophomore's game plan, the way they want to wombo combo with that last breath and also with that depth charge. The way they need to combo with their ultimates is like, and Cloud Drake is going to make that so much more important for them.
Yeah, and as you can probably see right there, we're gonna have another engage here actually first.
Yeah, they're engaged. The Bloodline coming down onto Brandon. That's not gonna lead to much though. That Death Chart is going to completely stifle that engage. And the Rift Herald is spawned top lane, and that is actually gonna destroy a turret. So Junior is trying to get whatever little gold they can, trying to make sure that gold lead doesn't inflate too high, or so that way they can come back to this game.
Yeah, even though sophomores aren't playing this game super well, the juniors as well are trying to play as well as they can from behind, and they are actually playing it quite well, playing somewhat safe. But once again, you know, the sophomores can just dive. Like their comp is just geared to diving you and over and over and over again. So it's going to be very hard for them to look for most things. But that Rift on the top lane, securing that turret, giving them a little bit of map control, very helpful for them.
Yeah, Sean going into the engagement to Nathan. He actually does so much damage with that Kingslayer. Forces the flash. Direct line, ooh, just barely misses. And, gentlemen, I actually would like to do an item check with you. There's some mythics on the map.
Yeah, and I would first, of course, like to talk about that Nashor's Tooth because it's not actually a mythic item. It's just a regular legendary item. It gives attack speed and ability power, which is normally used as opposed to like a first item mythic.
The Dreadline connects, and the last breath comes down as well. The exhaust comes down to slow down Derek. Derek still has no flash, so he's gonna fall to the die potential. Brandon almost dies himself, but there's gonna be no threat to this man anymore.
Yeah, Super Turbo cleanly done over there. Do we go for an engage here? Probably not. But like I was saying with the Nashor's Tooth, it's a very powerful item as opposed to, you know, just
oh no, Dylan has jumped in! He managed to get on avoid that swirl seed, and that's been a one-shot! Jeez, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Dylan just murdered Dewey, like, in just the blink of an eye.
Yeah. We thought we had the advantage against fighters.
Yeah, and that's just the power of Nashor's Tooth. It gives 100 ability power, which is a lot more than a bunch of ability power mythics right now. So it's a huge power spike for Elise. Just having that attack speed and the ability power is much more valuable than, say, a Night Harvester or maybe like a Proto Belt, or maybe even like a Luden's Echo. Who knows? So, yeah, very nice item pickup from Dylan. And of course, we also see the Immortal Shield though from Qua over here, which is going to give him a lot of sustain and a bunch of like emergency damage from that passive from the Immortal Shield. And along with that, we're going to be seeing the Rift Herald be taken down again, this time in favor of the sophomores. And this is going to give, I believe, yes, Dylan's going to be taking that, and that'll give him 50% faster recalls.
Oh, he's going in, man! Darren has the flash of someone before, and this might mean another death for Derek. This man's got, like we said earlier in Champs Select, this man's gonna have a hard time if he does not get the early game lead and sophomores just take control of the map. They're just gonna have free money.
Yeah, and they might be looking for more.
Yeah, they are looking for more. Nathan also lost flash earlier to Sean in that bot lane fight, which means he's gonna be CC'd, he's gonna be taken down. Qua takes the kill. And sophomores are just completely rolling over the game right now.
What happened to Dylan there? Well, I was just gonna say, the juniors definitely overextending there quite a little bit. It seems like they can't really get anywhere like past their tier 2 mid lane turret, or else the sophomores just find them and murder them instantly. So juniors are definitely gonna have to play back here, but this Rift Herald is going to make it a lot harder.
Making the counter attack. They want to call the fortune, but that's a great wind wall coming out from Nathan to try to stifle that engage, and that means the shutdown actually goes to Dylan. Dylan has fallen, so the Rising Arcane actually gonna take down Brandon as well, and this means the juniors are making the comeback. Sean has TP in, but you're in the middle of 4 people, my guy. The call the 4 shot from Sean. Actually, that's the silent pulse, but this means he's going to fall as well, and the juniors managed to get 3 kills for themselves.
Yeah, that was super duper huge. We thought, you know, the juniors were sort of overstepping the boundaries, but the sophomores, they overstepped theirs, and they tried going for that aggressive play and it did not pay out. They forgot that Sean's Ornn is still in the game. He's not been participating in a lot of these team fights, but he's been farming gold. He's been, farming up that gold and getting his items and getting that damage. And his utility proved pretty useful over there, just doing general damage, even though his ultimate got wind bolt.
Yeah, very good engage from the juniors indeed, and they're going to be securing that mountain grade.
Sophomores are not willing to let that mistake get to their head. They're looking for fight after fight after fight, and they get a double kill.
Yeah,
Paul is so strong right now. Not only those early ganks, but he's been starting to get a lot of items. He already has that Infinity Edge completed, increasing his hit damage by so much. And of course that Immortal Shield, though, giving him that lifesteal, that survivability that he needs in fights. And even though the sophomores overstepped their boundaries just a little bit back there in the mid lane.
Actually, Brandon might have overstepped his boundary. He's taking so much damage from the turret. They do have enough damage, actually. Chantin managed to get that kill. Dylan tries to go for Nathan. He has the raffle. He has the Venom's Bite. And he takes out the carry of the junior. But that is going to be the Donius to get him out to safety. Will the right either into Arcane Barrage? Can he snipe him out? One last shot! Barely misses it. Just grazes his ear. But he was going to live. The Call of the Fortune goes down, trying to chase them down. Nathan gets knocked up, but there's no follow-up. The Trundle Pillar stifles out the rest of the sophomore engaged. Nathan tries to make something happen. The rest of the team is here. That's a great last breath. Trying to get the kill on the Chantin. They managed to get that kill on the Chantin. And Dylan is going to pause up. No, he will not. Derek has his audience, but he's going to fall through Darren's Malphite. And that's when Zion's actually he managed to get 2 kills for himself. Can he get a third? No, he cannot. He falls to Sean. And that is a lot of kills going over to both sides of the map.
Yeah, a lot of pack action. And there's
Dylan hides in the back, out of vision, and gets a cocoon. Barely misses. Nathan does not die. And he gets to live another day.
Yeah, a lot of deaths over here and a lot of bounties being claimed and just a lot of overstepping boundaries. It seems like no one knows when to stop and just sort of go for that reset. But I like that sort of aggression. I'm a pretty aggressive man myself when it comes to League of Legends, so I do love this non-stop action. So yeah, a lot of kills, a lot of deaths, and a lot of bounties being transferred over to the carries. And as we sort of reach the sort of like mid to late stage of the game, we're going to see Ornn possibly upgrading his team's items, which is going to be super important because it gives his team the upper edge in these later stages of the game and more consistent damage as opposed to his early lead of the sophomores. So
I would like to, sorry.
No, please.
Okay. I would like to commend both sides and their mental strength. Juniors have taken such a beating in their early game, but they're still fighting. They're still looking for these fights. And sophomores had that big mess up in their in the mid lane where they lost 3 people, but they still kept looking for plays. They still kept diving like nothing happened. And you have to really appreciate that mental strength because it makes the game so interesting to watch. No team, they're not just waiting to lose. They're fighting to win.
Yeah, for sure. That makes this game 10 times more exciting. And for sure, both teams here are playing to the best of their ability. You can see it on how much effort they're putting in, as Jason was saying. So definitely a very nice game that we here, gentlemen.
Yeah, and they constantly engage, man. They don't stop. Last breath on top of the unstoppable force means that's going to be a lot of CC, but there is no damage left. The Juniors has managed to get 2 kills himself. They might get a third. Brandon has flash, but I don't think he's going to use it. He's definitely going down. Dwee gets the booming blows, and that might be Baron for the Juniors if they decide to go for it. Never mind, they're looking for kills, actually. Okay, they're not going to get the kills. Will they go for the Baron? It seems like they will. It's only Dylan and Sean left alive on the sophomore side.
Yeah, so
both Sean and Chantin on the junior side are beginning to become super tanky, and Darren was able to land on the sophomore force on those 2, meaning that last breath that Claw used was not going to be very effective in pick up any kills here. Sean and Dylan are looking for something.
Oh my lord, the sophomores do not go down without a fight, man. Dylan gets a kill onto Chantin, but the juniors are here. Sean flashes for the he managed to take down the Darren, and that might be it. Sean is so strong. He has the kills. Can he carry this game by himself? It seems like he will. The Kingslayer, the smash, 1-2. 3 onto oh, Cassandra! He finished that kill! Yes! Perfect timing! Sean gets a triple kill, and Sophomores 2v5 get all those kills, and that's the part going down. The last breath of follow up goes down. An ace for the class of 2022. Wait, yeah, wait, no, 2023. Sorry. Oops.
But yeah, a lot of excitement, and Darren over here is definitely excited over here. Just taking those tower shots, but a complete change of defense. As you can see, it was a 4v2, and somehow these sophomores were able to manage a victory over there with the Baron pit and able to stop the Baron, and they might be able to take this dragon over here. This Mountain Drake's going to be giving them more armor and magic resistance, which is going to make them a lot more tanky, and especially with that Malphite and allies, is going to be super good. But
right there. Yeah, Derek trying to seal out with his ultimate there, but not successful. Just a little bit too late.
yeah,
But yeah, Sophomore really just cleaned that down, even though they had to read down both Sean and Dylan, just played that super well. And just capitalized on the juniors' positioning mistakes, the way they were split in that fight. Both Dewey and Derek were getting zoned out by Sean, but everyone else was just trying to advance onto Dylan, and they're both able to capitalize on it.
yeah, it is super unfortunate. I thought the juniors definitely had the upper hand over there, but sophomores clearly saying no to that. I guess we can look at the items here, if we want to do that.
I want to talk about Sean purchasing that meta skill stealer. Basically the way the item works is that the more kills that you get, the more AP that you'll gain from the item. You'll gain up to a maximum 25 stacks, you get 4 stacks per kill, 2 stacks per assist. But if you die, you lose a lot of those stats, meaning you have to stay alive if you want to keep that AP, if you want to keep that damage, keep it going strong. So Sean definitely displaying a lot of confidence in buying this item, especially in this kind of
Speaking of that confidence, the Baron has been taken by the sophomores completely uncontested. And here comes the flash engage, the last breath coming down. The Zanyas to completely nullify any other damage coming down. Really trying to get the sleep down, but he does not get it. And the rest of the team is here. That's a very good knockup from the juniors, trying to turn the fight around. The Right Arcane takes down Dan, and the rest of the team is here. Sophomores trying to get the fight down, and they will not be able to find any more kills. But to get the inhib, they get the Baron, they get pretty much a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah, but the carries are still in the game. We still have Xerath and Callisto over here.
Oh my lord, Nathan, he's down! Because the Venomous Bite does so much damage on missing health targets. And that means Chanted will fall as well. The knock up down. Derek cannot even live in his own fountain. And the sophomores, I'll correct myself, I'll make up a missing last time. Class of 2023 get the win today, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, incredible display. What a game right there. Very, very nicely played from the sophomores, and very good fight from the juniors. Sophomores just really had that early game. Definitely the MVP is Dylan. He played that early game incredibly well, able to stop out every single lane. And there was a good effort from the juniors. They were able to get some fights, able to get some kills, and start trying to secure objectives to the best of their ability. But the sophomores just capitalized on every single advantage they had. So definitely, congratulations to them. But also very, very good fight from the juniors.
Yeah, I do also want to point out just one last thing. Quasiaso, with that wind wall, canceling Sean's Orin's ult. If he didn't wind wall that, I think that fight might have actually turned towards the juniors' favor over there. And the game probably would have lasted another 10 minutes or so. Just that one wind wall alone, I think, gave the sophomores victory over there. Super duper close fight. It was just one ability difference that really just shifted the tide towards the sophomores.
All I have to say is that I genuinely enjoyed watching that game. Both these teams were so fun to watch. They kept looking for these fights, and I was so excited that I made a couple of mistakes here and there, and I was kind of rambling on. But you can't deny it. You can feel the passion behind both the juniors and the sophomores in this game, and we'll be seeing both these teams again tomorrow. We are going to see I believe it's going to be the juniors versus the freshmen for third place, and then next Wednesday it is going to be the seniors versus the sophomores. That's going to be an interesting match for sure. And gentlemen, any more thoughts before I close this out?
Yeah, I just can't wait for these games coming up. I mean, the freshmen, I think they just had a bad day against the seniors, and I'm very curious how the freshmen are going to pair up against the juniors over here, because I think these are going to be two very strong teams going against each other.
And also, that means, Jason, our classes are against each other. You too, Alvin. That means
Oh,
there's going to be the
oh yeah.
first place match next week. And like, you know, I have to support my class. I have to support my best friend.
Understandable. I mean, I'm not stopping you. All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. All of you who are here. Again, thank you to Miss Layton for moderating the chat. And make sure to follow EV Cougars on Twitch to catch more of these matches. Like I said earlier, the next one will be tomorrow, April 22nd, Thursday, 4:30, for a third place match. Again, that is going to be between the juniors and the freshmen. You don't want to miss it. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.